what's going on, man? You know who it is. It's your boy M-I-Corleone. And this is my first episode of the Learn As You Grow podcast. And you know, they've been trying to get me to do a podcast for a minute now. And I went and I did the Strictly Facts. I would call that more of a vlogcast. And you know, that did good. But a lot of people that listened to it, you know, they didn't share it, and they didn't like it as much as they should. So, you know, they come up to me and tell me that, you know, yo, you're doing your thing. I watch every one of your videos, this, that, and the third. I watched the video when you did this. I'm like, damn, why you couldn't press the like button, dog? Like, it took you 2 seconds to do that. Like, real shit. Like, damn, why you couldn't share it real quick? Like, yo, this my homie John. Check this John out real quick. You know what I mean? He's doing his thing. I like this John. Tell the other people what you telling me. You know what I mean? But, you know, I can't depend on nobody else. You know what I mean? I'm only responsible for me. I understand that. You know, at the end of the day, you know, we're all responsible for ourselves. But dang, like, you know, we from the same place. You know, you come from the same place I come from. Let's just support each other in what we do, no matter what we're doing. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you're a young boy riding dirt bikes in the hood, or pedal bikes in the hood, or if you're an old head riding pedal bikes in the hood. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you're a young boy making music, old head making music, a young OG such as myself making music. That's what I like to say anyway. You know what I mean? And, you know, the one thing that got me to do this podcast was when they said, just be yourself. Talk about what you're doing on the average day. So, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff that musicians have to go through. Right now, I'm parked up in Fairmount Park. I'm gonna take a picture and put it as the cover of the podcast. But yeah, I'm chilling. I'm watching the skyline right now. I'm seeing people play ball over here. I'm seeing this, that, and the third go on. I'm getting a phone call right now. So sorry. Let me get right back to you.
You have to understand how things are.
Sorry about that. That was a real important phone call, family emergency. I'm usually way more professional, but sometimes things like that happen. And I'm not going to take that off. I'm going to keep running with it. So, what's today? What's today's date? March 10th. What's in my life March 10th? Oh, R.I.P. Bobby Pantel. That's my mom's, well, my stepfather, my mom's husband, and they were together for about 25 years, and he passed away almost 10 years ago, and I just want to have a little moment of silence for him and all of our loved ones that passed away. Thank you. Now, let's get into it. Alright. Learn as you grow. Let's see. I've been learning about the music industry since I was 11 years old. My mom can testify for this. Maybe even before that. Before I even knew how the, you know, United States postal system worked, I used to go in the back of all the albums and make demo tapes and send them all out. I remember one time I sent about 25 of them Jones out and put one stamp on the Jones. They all came back to the house. I walked in the crib, it was like 25 fucking tapes. They sent them right back. But since then, what the music industry been teaching me about life, you know, I learned about the postal system from that. And actually, that year, that was about 4th grade, somewhere around there. And that year, our assignment in writing class was to, it was different back then. There wasn't no internet, none of that. We're talking, you know, the 90s. So, back then it was a lot different. So, we used to write my teacher, he had the book of all kind of famous people's addresses, like, not their home addresses most of the time. It'd be like somewhere where you can get in touch with them. Like, if you want to write, for instance, Lenny Dykstra at the time, like, you wrote to the Phillies stadium, and, you know, we were in competition. Whoever got the most signed autographs at the end of the year won. And that got me into writing. And to this day, I gotta thank Mr. Hanson for that. That was just an all-around dope school year. Dope meaning like a good, cool school year, because it opened my life to a lot of things that I could do. The field trip that year was to Veterans Stadium, and, you know, RIP Veterans Stadium. That was the old stadium where the Phillies and the Eagles played at. And I remember we were in the press boxes. We were, you know, in the dugout. We were all over, you know. And we were in the locker room. And I actually always remembered, I got the question right when they asked who had the most hits for the Phillies in the 93 World Series. And everybody was saying Lenny Dykstra, John Kruk, you know, Dave Hahn, all these people. And when it got to me, I hit him with, what's my man's name? Oh, shit. Boy, it come to me. But I hit him with that. Mariano Duncan. And I hit him with Mariano Duncan, and it was the right answer, because everybody else said every name. So I'm thinking, like, who the fuck is left? It gotta be Mariano. So it wound up being right. And they gave me a, you know, nice gift bag and all that. And, you know, that made me even want to write to more celebrities and get more autographs. And, you know, I just want to win that contest. I'm talking about, I wrote to everybody. Tom Cruise, all the girls from Baywatch. Bill Clinton was the president at the time. I had, you know, I think that was a phony autograph John, but it was still, you know, something from the president. You know, they sent me a letter back. And all these people I had, you know, autographs, pictures of. And I don't know what happened to them, you know, family members, drug use, you know, so you know how that goes. And yeah, one day they just weren't there no more. And I had to chalk that up. But anyway, now, so since then, music been teaching me how to work, you know, how to move around in the industry. So what we did at that point, or what I did at that point, is they didn't have the internet. Like I said, they had AOL and all that, but there was no Google. You wasn't finding no phone numbers on the internet. So I would go through the yellow pages and look for record labels, and I would call them nonstop. I would go through the Source magazines, look at whatever record labels used to put numbers at the bottom. I hound them, call them nonstop. All types of down south labels and shit I was calling nonstop. So I remember I was hounding this one label that was called Beatdown Records. It was a local label out of Philly. So we had a team at the time, and so it was about 5 of us. We had a little group, PFL, Players for Life, and I got us an audition. Finally, I forgot the boy's name, some shit, but my man Kasim remembers this shit. I got us the audition for Beatdown Records, and when it came down to it, nobody wanted to come. Pause. And so now I got this bull coming to my crib, to hear us rap. I'm hitting up his line non-stop. I'm spitting freestyles on this fucking answering machine. I'm about 12, 13 years old. Bang, he comes to the crib. There was only one other person that showed up, and then the other person that showed up, his name, boy, Rob. I don't even think he had a rap name at the time. So that taught me to never depend on nobody. My mom's was in the other room, and it was just a crazy situation, being that young, and having a demo tape and having to explain, like, yo, this is him, he can't make it, and this is him, he can't make it for this reason, and he can't make it for this reason, but this boy, he's gonna spit a freestyle. He ain't on none of the demos or nothing, but he's gonna spit. It was just a fucked up situation. So I learned from there, don't depend on nobody else. You gotta depend on yourself, especially in this music game, cause nobody's gonna respect your music like you do, and that's just some of the stuff that I learned when I first started in the industry. To always be prepared, to never depend on nobody, to what else? I learned about the whole postal system. I learned about how to send demos out. I learned about all that, and all that was through music, through hip hop, and I learned, how to talk to people on the phone, communication skills, and just a lot of skills that these younger cats didn't have access to, so they wouldn't need these skills. So it's just a lot of stuff like that us old heads. I'm 35, but still, I'm still a young OG because I've been through it since I was real young, so you know how that goes. So like I said, I'm in Fairmount Park right now. I'm just chilling, recording right now. I've been so busy making these beats for the streets, trying to stay on top of things, all things hip hop, and I'm working with a lot of people right now. My man Kiz, he actually just started rapping, and it's crazy because I was cool with his uncle growing up. Me and his uncle been through a lot together, and to see how much he came up, it's just like, dang, you feel me? And yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing to see that these young boys is really on their job, man. Because I give it to the young boy. Kids is on his job. His Instagram is at Rob You Suck. Once again, at Rob You YOU Suck SUCK. Yeah, that's his name on Instagram, and he will not change it for shit. That's my fucking man. We had a great studio session. Damn, the first studio session, I think we went about almost 6 hours or some shit like that. And we got another one next weekend, where I think it's going to be a 4-hour session. But the way he works, we knock shit out, man. And he just started rapping. So imagine when shit really starts popping off. Like, I'm excited to be a part of it, to be, you know what I mean, just a person who records it and engineers the situation. So just check out and watch out for him, man. What else did I have to say? Excuse me, I had to take a sip of water. So yeah, man, there's a lot of new artists that are coming out. I don't want to, put too many of them out there until we get the paperwork right. But I'm working with a couple overseas acts. One, my man Mill Gox, you know what I mean, Gox Mill from out Belize. You know, he been on his grind, you know what I mean? He got that single out, you know what I mean, Smoked Out. And he got the next follow-up single, Stretch, out right now, both on YouTube. Just look him up, Mill Gox, you know what I mean? And what else we got going on? I'm putting out a whole beat CD by myself, and it's going to be called The Early Days. But Days is going to be spelled D-A-Z-E instead of like Days. So it's going to be dope. It's going to have about 20 songs on there, all instrumentals. And then we're coming out with that compilation CD right after that. Well, not an album. And we're actually going to try to get this compilation album on some. We're trying to get some vinyl pressed up for it, because it's just something different. And we know there's a lot of vinyl collectors out there who would rather listen to their music on vinyl rather than on download on MP3 or Wave or anything like that. And we respect all of them. And yeah, man, it's a beautiful day to be out here in Fairmount Park and just living, loving life, enjoying my freedom. But let me tell you how I'm learning as I go along. And it wasn't an easy road by far. It wasn't easy, The music business is one of the hardest businesses to make it in. So like, just the fact that I put a little indent in the cement, I mean, that's a big deal to me. You know what I mean? It might not be a big deal to everybody else, but to me, it's a big deal. And other people might say, oh, but compared to this one, you ain't do shit. Well, compared to me, you ain't do shit. So how about that? You know what I mean? And if I had the opportunities that you had, I'd have been blew the fuck up. But I ain't have them opportunities. I wasn't granted with that gift to have folks around me that that taught me the game as far as the music industry. My people ain't know nothing about the music industry. You know what I mean? I'm from the hood for real, like 29th and Wharton, like Hollywood and Wharton, South Philly. Like, my people is from the slums too. Like, we've come from an Irish family, a low income family, a divorced family. a lot of things happened during that time. So, I learned more from music than I did from public schools. I learned more from Jay-Z albums than I did from public schools. I learned more from Jadakiss albums, not even albums, mixtapes, than I did from public schools. There's so many examples that I can give you of things. We could just sit here and play every Jay-Z album, and I could tell you, like, yo, I learned this from that, this from that, this from that. My era, we kind of grew up with Hov, you know. He was older than us. He set the trends, you know what I mean? And he was giving us game the whole time. But he had to surround himself with a squad, because wherever you throwing in something different, you know, whenever you putting some medicine, you know, in the game, you know, to help the game, you gotta put some sugar in it, you know what I mean? So he came out with State Prop and all that, and, you know, still was halfway still on his dog shit. And I see the move that he made, and he used State Prop and them to you know, keep his street credibility. And that's the music game. Well, the rap game. The rap game's different than the music game. The rap game's a whole. That's why when I tell people, the first thing I tell them is, are you ready to be a brand? Because when you're a rapper, it's like it's like when you go down the cereal aisle, and you know, you see all these different types of cereals, and you see which ones cost this much and which ones cost this much, and you can get the bag cereal for cheaper and all this, that, and the third. And for all that, it's like, bruh, if you can go down the aisle and see fucking 5 million other rappers, what makes you think that anybody's gonna wanna buy your brand? What stands out from you to the rest of everybody else that's gonna make them want your brand? And most of them really can't answer that. But I hope that I plant a seed in their head that that's how this game is. Then I always ask them, like, would you sign a deal? And they all like, fuck no, I'd rather go independent and all that. Alright, that's cool. You'd rather go independent and all that. Okay, do you know what it takes to go independent? Most of these artists that say they're independent, they're outsourcing all over. So, is it really independent? Yeah, because they're outsourcing. It's still their business at the end of the day. And everything that they got, they own. So, yeah, it's still everything's theirs. So, just because they're outsourcing don't mean that, you know, it's not their business, but they're outsourcing for most of the stuff that they do with the promotion and all that. And, you know, I outsource on my business, and that's what I learned, what I had to do with my independent business. When I started my production company on January 1st of 2020, I had no idea on how the production game really worked, how the publishing game really worked, and how the selling beats game really worked. I learned that, you know, staying behind the scenes, sometimes you have to stay behind the scenes, to where as though another producer might want to buy your beat because he hears something on it that he wants to fuck with, and he might buy your beat for the low, and of course you're going to sell it for the low. So when you sell that, then it's a wrap. It's more like now he owns the beat, and he got you under contract to say, you know, a non-disclosure. So you can't tell everybody, like, yo, I made that beat, you know what I mean? It gotta be a certain amount of time before you start doing that. And, same thing, we seen it so many times with people from Philly, especially, from Scott Storch. You know what I mean? You know how many producers came out of Philly that were the dopest and didn't get their shine? I mean, Philly all the way around should have more respect in the rap game. I mean, we take it back to School E D. He originated gangster rap. Wasn't nobody talking about having guns and all that. They was the PSK, Parkside Killers. PSK is making this cream. People always say, what the hell does that mean? Remember Biggie sampled this shit because he knew who the real was. It came from Philadelphia, man. And we gotta stop letting everybody come to Philadelphia and take our shine and take our swag and then take it back to where they're from and then just blatantly just use our shit, make their bread off of it, and then dump whoever they was fucking with off at the end of the ride. And nah, man, we ain't going for that no more. It's a new day in Philadelphia, man. It's a new day for Philadelphia hip-hop. And that's why I'm saying you gotta learn as you grow. It's so hard to do it by yourself. And that's why Atlanta got shit popping. Because when they're outsourcing to somebody who ain't gonna charge them an arm and a leg to shoot a video for them. They ain't gonna charge them an arm and a leg to edit a video for them. That's at the end of the day is what shuts down independent record labels. The outsourcing. Just having a promotion team look out and do some shit, and you come back and look out and you make a theme song for their podcast. Something like that. You know what I mean? You throw them a beat, some beats they can use for, an indie film that they're working on, a short film that they're working on. And you can give them the rights to that music so they ain't got to worry about no problems coming back. And, there's just so many ways that you can use your talent and put that on a barter system and trade. And you can use that to trade for other goods that you need. And that's what I've been doing lately, and it's been working out a lot. You gotta know, it's so much you gotta learn, you know what I mean? I'm in school right now for how to start a business, music theory, and digital marketing. So you know how it goes, man. It's just hard. And if you really want it, then you gotta come get it, man. Because it's not gonna be easy at all, but you're gonna learn as you grow. And that's what this is about. And the next episode I'll get more into it. If you're not built for the music industry, it's best for you to know that now. So I come with all the real shit, like the uphill shit that you're going to have to go through. It's not going to be that you go in the studio, it might happen to where somebody catches a glimpse of you and you blow the fuck up. The next thing you know, they call you out to Atlanta and you're getting signed, and that could be what happens with you. But there's also another side that can happen to you. Somebody call you out of Atlanta, you think you're going out there, shit's gonna be lit, now you're sitting in the fucking studio all day long. They leave, like, yo, you gonna stay behind, right? You making the beats, you're gonna stay behind. We going out and we doing this, you know what I mean? But when we come back, we need, this joint mixed down, so you're gonna stay behind. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to man up to somebody in the industry? To a famous name? Are you ready to say no to a famous name? Are you going to be starstruck if you see them in the studio? Are you going to act like a groupie? Because they're not going to want you around, I'm telling you. I don't even like bringing nobody to the studio. But when I do bring them to the studio, I always tell them, please, 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 don't fuck up my face card. Please don't fuck up my face card. Because I tell them real quick, I'm not with them. I don't know them. You know what I mean? And that's that. Because you only get one one initial, meeting with somebody. And if I'm the boy that, was with these clowns, and now I'm telling them I got beats, the next time I see them, they're going to be like, you was with them clowns last time. Like, you got beats. All right. So they're not really going to respect it as much. So you got to know how to act. There's always studio etiquette, too. So if you're not ready to do stuff like that, to tell somebody like, for example, Lil Uzi Vert, are you ready to tell him like, nah, bro, I'm not switching my beat up like that. This is the way I got it for a reason, and this is the way I think it should be. I think it's going to be hotter like this, I'm telling you. Just listen, not Uzi, I know it's your trip, but just listen, hear me out for a second. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to, go ahead, do whatever I'll do whatever you want. Yes, man, yes, sir. Are you ready to do that? Because if you are, nobody's looking for that. Because if so, then they can fucking press the record button by themselves. They're looking for somebody that be in the studio ready to get them hype. When I be in the studio, ask anybody that I'm in the studio with. I had them going crazy. I'm a real producer. Like, I turn the energy up in the room right away. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as we get in the studio, the energy turns up. As soon as we lock in, because they're all double doored. As soon as we shut the first door, bang, shut that second door, let's get it the fuck popping. Shut down the little blinds, nobody's seeing in there, this ain't no fishbowl, we're not here for that. Yeah, we take a couple pictures and all that, might get on it live. But, it's work. As soon as we get in there, it's work. People think sometimes it is not that. It's fucking work. You might have to say the same fucking verse 100 times, and it still might not be right when you leave. You know what I mean? You might have to get called back into the studio. Like, yo, shit wasn't right. Shit didn't come out right, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I told you should have did it like this, but you wanted to be hard-headed and you wanted to do it your way. But, hey, it's your studio time. I can't tell you what to do. You understand? And that's another thing you got to learn in this game. When it's somebody else's music and it's their craft, how can you, squeeze it in to influence them, with something that's going to make the track better, and tell them in a way that they're going to respect it, rather than them telling you to get the fuck out the studio and they're not trying to work with you no more. See me on episode 2. I'm out. What's going on, good people? I just want to remind everybody to go to www.beatsbythekilo.com. Check me out. There you can find access to all my blogs, my instrumentals, studio time, whatever you need. Just check it out. Especially if you're an artist, producer, all the above. Check it out. Got a lot of dope stuff on there for you. Get at me. You know.
You have to understand how.
Now, this podcast is about, learning as you grow. Learning as you go. However you want to say it. And I just want to put an example out there of the stuff that goes on, especially when you're running a studio and a production company. With the studio, somebody can book, a certain amount of hours, and they put a deposit down, and then they hit you back up, and they say that they can't make it at that time. Now, there was plenty of other people that wanted that Saturday daytime slot, so you put in for that. So now your word is your bond. You know what I mean? So if your bond is short, then I'm not trying to mess with it. Nobody's trying to mess with it. That's like the same thing as your face card. But like I said, some people just ain't meant for the music industry, and that's cool, but don't waste other people's time and money. You say, now I'm taking a loss. You understand? I have people sending $25 deposits thinking that they ain't trying to lose the $25, especially it's $50 an hour for the D studio. So if you book that for 4 hours, now I just put up a deuce. Now you talking about you can't come. And I'm not talking about nobody specifically, because, stuff happens. I understand that. But in a situation like that, then how are you going to make it right? And, that's the stuff, especially, as young boys, we'd have been, just on a whole nother type of situation. But now, grown men, we're on some business stuff. We know, where that other stuff's going to land you. So, 175 hours might not sound like a lot, but that right there, that's a car insurance for a month. You understand? Like, and then some. Like, So now it's either I gotta hurry up and try to get somebody in that session, and get them to want to pay for that session and make my money back, and try to get in there to engineer the session to make some money, and this is the stuff that happens though. Like, and this is stuff I'm gonna be talking about on the podcast. Realism, stuff that's going on. So if you do any funny business with me, it may end up on the podcast. Just know that. And I'm not gonna put no names out there, but if people put one and one together, then they'll see what it is. And it's not even that. Sometimes people don't even know. They're not aware of what actually they're doing in the situation they're putting me in and my business in. Now you're putting me and my business in a situation to where as though we got to put up that extra 175 hours. So then what? What if nobody wants to go to that studio time? Then what? I'm just out there $175. I'm gonna go in there and make beats. I'm gonna go in there and what? Or I'm gonna give somebody some free studio time. It's just some crazy stuff, but it's cool. Everything's cool, especially like when you look out for people, and back when I was coming up, if an hour in the studio was at least $100 an hour, because there was no studios like that. Now, hey, if you wanna do your own thing, that's cool. Just don't set nothing up with me. You understand? Because at the end of the day, my business is my money. And at the end of the day, business is business, and other things are other things. And, you know, I don't play with nobody else's business. So I don't expect my business to be played with. And I don't expect nobody to ever take kindness for weakness. And that's what pretty much this game's about. The music industry is a bunch of weirdos. It's a bunch of fake people. You run across some of the weirdest people that you ever gonna meet in life. But it's cool though, because you run across a lot of thorough people too. And they're, it's like any industry. You know, any job. You might have a dickhead, coworker. But at the end of the day, I'm still my own boss. And that's what it's about. Having that freedom. And, doing other things. So you can't limit yourself to one hustle, So, yeah, that $1.75, that means something, But hey, man, I might make that on the stock market tomorrow. You never know. So, it always comes back around. But just know, man, that your face card and your word, that's all you got. Nobody don't care about the little bit of money you got. Everybody got a little bit of money. Nobody don't care about that. And if they do care about it, it's because they trying to take it from you. So, like, that's not going to get you by. Your face card, your name, and your word is going to get you by in this industry. And can't nobody say I did them dirty in this industry. Can't nobody say that I ain't looked out for them in this industry. Can't nobody say nothing bad about me in this industry. Anytime I was hired to do a job, that job was done. And it was always done to the best of my ability. I always work 100%. The one thing that's messing me up is my man Will got my man from Belize. It's just hard right now because he's international, and it's hard to really put too much into what he's doing because I ain't got him under no contract, so I can't put him under too much. I can't put too much time into it and not receive no back end on it. I just can't do that. And as soon as this COVID stuff gets lifted and the travel ban gets lifted, my man, I already told him he's on the first flight. So that's all I can say about that. I know it's messed up over there in Belize right now, but hey, man, I can't do nothing. I wish I could, but just stay strong. Everybody go check out my man's singles, man. My man Will Gox Will, Gox Mill, whatever you want to call him, Mill Gox, whatever. But check it out. His single is called Smoked Out, and then he got the other single, backup single called Stretch. Both of them is fire. Check them out, man. Kilo Cartel, Distant Family, right there. My fault. What's that? But yeah, man, it ain't no malice or nothing, It's just that don't tell me you're gonna do something, and then I'm not talking about the home studio, like my crib studio, like this is a studio that that is I lease for the years. So when I'm putting up them 4 hours, I'm buying them 4 hours. You understand? Not everybody can go to the studio. It's a limited amount of people that could be in this studio that can even lease this, space. And just the fact that I'm allowing you to come as my guest, pause, should be like, damn, like the boys, he's really looking out for me. He might really, he really messes with what I did in my career. And he messes with my music. And, some people is just hard-headed, man. They want to learn the hard way. But I'm going to make it regardless. So, I already made it. But this is the upsides and downsides of business, man. On the other note, on the stocks, I did good today. My Bitcoin, I got that at 47. That's up. I copped a little bit more, a little bit higher. So my mid is about 50, about 53, 52 and a half, which still isn't bad, considering that I think it just touched 57. Is hindering around the 57 point, and hopefully it touches 60, and then hopefully it touches some more. I'm skeptical about putting more money into it right now. If I see it crashing, I will not hesitate to jump ship. Even though last time I did that, I messed up. I jumped ship, and I should have caught when it was low. It jump popped right back up. What else? The GameStop dropped tremendously. First thing in the morning, as soon as the stock market opens, I already got it put in. My shit is sold. I think I'm up like, I don't know, something like $20. Son. I just grabbed some, like $100 worth today, just to see, just to grab a couple of hours. I don't even think I'm up that much. I think I'm up like $20. But still, it's all money. It's all mathematics. But what else? The marijuana companies, they're still growing. Hydro Farm, they came back up. It was a rough week last week, but Hydro Farm came back up. Generation Grow, or Grow Generation, came back up. And what else do I got? Johnson & Johnson. That's just on the borderline. I ain't been going up or down. That's just been hindering around the 0% mark. And what else I got? Oh yeah, I got Blink. That went up a little bit more. And yeah, man, that's how the stock's looking right now. And what else going on, man? Oh, new merchandise coming soon. For the summertime. New shirts, definitely new t-shirts. We got a lot of stuff. I don't want to put it all out there, but we got a lot of stuff coming. What else? Oh yeah, these beats right now. I'm working on them right now. I'm about to put out this beat tape. It's called The Early Days. I went back and I fixed up all the beats that I made from like a year ago, and I turned them into something crazier because my skills got up since then. Because for those that don't know, I just started producing in, what was that, 2018, and that's when I was producing on the phone on FL Mobile, and then I stepped it up, and I got my first synth. I think I posted it on my gram. I first got my first synth. That was like last week. It was a year ago, and since then I got a couple more and a lot more equipment, and I'm doing my thing, man. The whole business just expanded from there, you know. And I got my ASCAP. I got my writer's ASCAP and my publishing company, ASCAP, Beats by the Kilo Publishing. So everything's looking good, man. This year is probably the first official year that it's going to pop off for us, even though our date is always January 1st, 2020. But, 2021 is just going to be a hell of a year, especially for me, I believe so. Because if anybody believes anything in, about horoscopes and stuff like that, and they believe in, Chinese, horoscopes, pretty much every 12 years the year of the ox, and this is one of them 12 years, and I was born in 1985. 1985 was one of them years also. So, yeah, man. So that's something crazy, because last year when I went to the Sixers game and LeBron passed Kobe on scoring title. What was I? Oh, I went to the game and it was Chinese New Year and it was the year of the rat. And then right after that, that was January 25th. And right after that, everything started going downhill with COVID stuff. So, yeah, the night after that, Kobe died. And it was crazy going to that game because it was a late game. It started like 8:30. Got over like 11 something. Got home around 1. And it was a late game. And woke up, seen the text. Kobe died. And yeah, that was a crazy time. So, yeah, I'm looking at the poster right now. I got it up. Always had that poster. I'm always keep that. It was a crazy night. Me and my pop was there. I was drinking Henny. I was ripped. And it was a good time. And definitely a night that'll always be remembered. And to anybody that was waiting on beats, I apologize. I just had to make sure everything was right first with the ASCAP, and make sure everything was good with as far as my beats being stolen and all that. Like, I don't have to worry about that no more, because right before I put them out, I upload them to the ASCAP. So anywhere they get played, you could try to play them in a little radio station in Cuba, somewhere in Havana, and ASCAP's gonna find out about that shit, and I'm gonna get my check. So that's what we rolling with, man. Beats by the Kilo Publishing / ASCAP. If anybody's looking for a publishing deal, holler at me. You know. And on that note, man, this the first podcast, and yeah, we're gonna wrap it up on that note. www.beatsbythekilo.com at Beats by the Kilo. He knows, she knows, it's Beats by the Kilo, you know.
You have to understand how things are up here. have to understand how things are up here. You have to understand how things are up here.